my God, like the entirety of like my mouth right now is like.
Hello and welcome to HOIT Ones. You know the deal. We've got 10 wings, 10 hot sauces, 10 questions, but only one feedback gaming. Welcome to the show. So, you feeling good? How are you normally with spicy food? You feeling
amazing.
confident?
Usually always go for the hottest at Nando's.
Okay, you're an extra hot guy.
Yeah, exactly.
The black flag.
What's the rule with the water? Are we going sipping as we go? Or?
We can have it as much as we want.
You know what? This is going to be my first, and this is going to be my last sip.
Start with one little bit of water. With that, we can get on to our first sauce, the Classico. It's pretty mild. It's like your normal table sauce of a hot sauce. So let's get into it and have our first wing.
A little nibble? Are we doing a big wholesome bite?
You can eat as much as you want.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
It's up to you.
Wow, what is that like? Oh wow, okay, I was expecting something really tame to begin with. I was expecting like a sriracha kind of sauce, but there's actually kind of a little bit tingle on the back end.
So, what's your origin story? Where'd you come from? How did you become feedback gaming?
Wow, this is a popular one. So, feedback gaming, the name itself, comes from one of the spells in a game called StarCraft. Are you familiar with it?
I'm actually not a StarCraft player.
Ah,
I play
okay.
a lot of RTS, but not StarCraft.
In a weird way, this is good because beginnings of real-time strategy was my thing, and StarCraft 2 was something I tried to play kind of semi-competitive, grinding the ladders. And I was a big fan of another streamer, and I remember he made a big mistake in the game because he was waiting for a spell called Psionic Storm, and I told him like, well, just use feedback instead, which is one of the other spells, because it's not as effective in the scenario used. And I remember the chat all turned on me, the stream all turned on me, and they made all these little memes as well, like memes back in the day. Obviously, this was maybe about 8 years ago. I started in 2012, and yeah, and it really stuck. And I was like, feedback. And feedback was already taken, so I went with feedback gaming. And then before you know it stuck. It felt like a proper name. But before it was just the Dave and a bunch of numbers. You know.
Was it full time straight away, or?
No, I set myself a challenge of 52 games in 52 weeks in 2012. It was the 1st of October 2012. So this year will be the 11th anniversary of my brand, you could say. And yeah, I said, you know, like at the moment, they're all doing those A to Z challenges they make, which is like you commit to playing a set number of games, which that's what kind of the 52 weeks challenge was, 52 games, 52 weeks, and see how far I got. Because the idea was I was trying to become a full-time Twitch streamer. Surprisingly, I kept going afterwards, but then it was like YouTube and the release of HOIT that I finally found my feet in my home, you know?
Really found your feet early in the game and still here.
It's funny because I wasn't prepared for this release. I didn't even know it was coming out, HOIT 4. I didn't even know. I mean, I played an absolute ton of HOIT 2 back in the day. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, they're making a sequel on the back of the sequel, the one I didn't play before. And I played it and I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. And then recorded a few videos and out of the blue, like, they got views.
It was magic.
I don't know, no, it really was magic. It really was, because I didn't expect to get a following from it. It was just a little bit of a side project on top of my full-time job, you know?
We got Tropicante. Starting to heat up a little bit, with baby steps at the start, nothing too rash. Quite a tropical, as Tropicante implies, flavor profile on this.
I love the color.
So, let's get into it.
This is definitely the prettiest one of all of them. They've all got like orangey red hues, but this is the first yellow one. And look at the fruit on the front as well.
Might be lulling you into a false sense of security.
Oh, okay.
It's nice.
A bit of foreshadowing there. Oh, damn, that's good. Oh, yeah, no, that was, oh my God, that was class. Why wasn't that one first?
What else? What else are you playing right now? And is it part of a line of long set of types of games you've been playing? Are you still playing RTS?
No, you know what's funny is I don't actually touch RTS much anymore. I think the problem is when I was at the height of RTS with the Blizzard games and the Command & Conquers, that's when I played it and I played absolutely nothing else. But now I feel like I've returned, oh man, I'm going back to my roots again because I played a lot of Baldur's Gate 2 and then 3's come out now and I'm playing that and surprisingly I'm enjoying it as well. And then there's Starfield as well, which I'm dipping into, and I played a lot of the old Bethesda FPSs. So it's kind of interesting, a nostalgia trip on repeat, and it's a reflection of the games community. They love nostalgia, don't they?
Does that make your life as a content creator easier? Like you know, when you've got these kind of nostalgia things, because you know people are gonna like it, but you also get to play something that kind of is that nostalgia, does that get in the way or does it make it better?
I think it mostly gets in the way. I think a lot of the time I play this and I enjoy it, but then deep down in my heart, I'm like, I don't think my core audience is going to be into this. I don't mind giving it a try though. I think one thing a lot of content creators fall into is they get terrified of this idea of like, what if I make some of the content that's not going to get views? It's almost like the dashboard is what terrifies them, not the actual response from the fans. And I don't think there's much to lose, you know. You make that content, it's a bit different, it's a bit unusual. Maybe your audience don't like it, but who cares? Just move on, plow, plow, plow.
So you're feeling a little bit like tied to like watching the line of viewers go up and...
I think I used to, but I think generally among content creators, that's what they do. That top 10 list is like literally paralysis, you know? But for me, I don't care as much as I used to. I'm kind of a lot happier than to have a video that bombs and I felt like I put my heart into it, like a piece of art I've created, you know?
That's a really humble thing to say. Like but that's nice.
Thank you.
It's a nice thing to be able to like, you know, sit there and go, you know what? We're not gonna just chase that thing, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna have fun while we're doing it. We'll move on to our next source.
Oh, I think this is my favorite.
So, Picorico, a common favorite among people who try this out of the whole lineup. So I think you're gonna enjoy this one. It's another gradual step up. They claim 3 flames. Welcome to TV magic.
Oh man. This is just a tease, isn't it? The first few are teasers.
A lot of people say like they're lulling you into this false sense of security.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Ooh, hang on. Well, that was a creeper, wasn't it?
Yeah. Some of them affect different parts of the mouth. So some people say like, oh, that one's right at the front or it's right at the back. And they've all got kind of this different personality to them.
The chili personality.
So, you've been a streamer since you say 12, coming on 11 years. What was it about being a full-time streamer and content creator that's kind of surprised you the most over the years?
What jumps into my head is the rise of IRL streaming. I suppose that when we look back on like reality TV shoot, we look at like the rise of Big Brother, and I think everyone was caught off guard with that, thinking, wow, why would someone just watch someone go about their daily lives inside of their house? That seems kind of boring. However, this TV was massive. But then on Twitch, I think it was about 2017, 2018 when they allowed it, because before then it was just gaming content. In fact, it was worse than Big Brother, because it wasn't even a highlights reel. It was just raw, uncut, people walking around with a camera. But this stuff was massive, exploded. That really did blow me away. I didn't think IRL streaming was going to be as good. We thought it was going to be another gimmick.
Move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Right, this is my favorite. Los Calientes Barbacoa,
Yep.
a Mexican barbecue style sauce. We're starting to get into the danger zone now.
Initially, when it hits the tongue, it's like so unbelievably sweet. And I think that's the biggest red herring, you know? This idea, this isn't a hot sauce. Oh, this is just a pleasant sweet sauce. And these are barbecue wings. Nope.
Are you a wings or a drum man?
Wow. Wings or drum? I think it's based on mood, you know, because there's something about wings that's awesome, because like there's a bit of a technique, you can like slide them off the bone, and it's kind of fun. It's like opening pistachio nuts, you know what I mean? But then the drums, like it's like slightly more easy mode, you know, but then, oh, that's a hard one. I think I'm slightly more towards wings, because that's traditionally like associated with like hot sauce and heaty hot stuff, you know?
So for you, we okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Just clearing my throat.
So roughly, when you're making a video, how long does it take to go from nothing to something? And what's the longest you've ever spent on that kind of thing?
Oh wow, that is a good question, because straight away the longest video pops into my head immediately. I like to pride myself on like not only min-maxing in HOIT, but also min-maxing in like Adobe Premiere, you know? And I think there's like so many, oh wow, this is gonna come on to a fun thing, shortcuts in Premiere that I really enjoy to speed up the production process. So on average, when I'm killing the video and recording it, so it's gonna be an average of 2 to 3 hours to record, then another 2 hours, potentially 3 hours in Premiere. and then the thumbnail. So we'll say probably on average video is about 7 hours, I'll say. The longest video I ever had was my most successful video, and that was my 30 minutes of hell video. It's pretty rare you get to say that on YouTube. A lot of time YouTubers always go, oh, this video did really well, and I really don't know why I did well. I didn't really put a lot of effort into it, but suddenly it blew up. This was the exact opposite. This was like, I put the graft into it, and I got the reward, so it turned out okay in the end. I think sometimes, this applies to everything in life. Oh, there we go. When you do something and you are enjoying it and you're having fun, like everyone around you can see it and they can feel the energy, they can feel the passion. And I think genuinely when I was doing that, I was just a little kid, you know, and I was like, oh, I'm having a really good time. And I think they probably watched it and they probably thought the same thing. It's like, wow, this is actually really cool what he's doing. And it's kind of fun to watch.
You gotta have fun and the audience will have fun.
That's it. Oh my God, are we having fun right now?
I hope so.
Next.
Next sauce, Szechuan Gold. Bit of a different one, this one. It's like a chili oil as opposed to a chili sauce. Gives it a bit of an interesting mouthfeel. So this one's a bit of a builder. You're gonna feel it a little bit around your mouth.
Yeah, not my favorite.
But it's not gonna.
No.
It's got that oriental feel to it. And then after this, we start getting into the real heat.
Yeah. I'm not sure about Ireland. I think we started now.
Okay.
I think we're revving now. I think we've moved into a few gears.
I want to get onto a possibly contentious topic.
Oh boy.
But not about you. Just it's in general. Your experiences of dealing with the YouTube algorithm and the nature of the content that you deal with. It's a very common thing, people that deal with World War II and warfare, that the YouTube algorithm can be something that that at the whim of YouTube can really hit you, or sometimes elevate you. How has that been for you over this time? Have you ever experienced or known people where this has hit them, and how do you deal with it? Not just with YouTube, but like as a creator, how do you keep going when that hits?
Oh, that's a good question. You're really good with these questions. No, that's a good question because my answer is super short, personally. Initially, I cared a lot. I looked at my peers and I was always competing. But then I reached a kind of like a point where I was like, you know what, I'm doing okay and I'm doing all right and I'm kind of happy where I am, even if I don't necessarily get crazy success, or I guess I want to stay somewhere in the middle, not die off completely. When it comes to the content creators, yeah, I think a lot of the time, the success is a massive inducer of anxiety. And you know what, if it is the crux to your success, it's probably for the best you dial it down. And like, here's a piece of advice, maybe a little bit controversial advice. Ooh, mute your competitors on Twitter. You follow them, you show that you genuinely are friends, you're connected with them, but it's not going to be good for the noggin when they're constantly appearing and releasing their new videos, and then you have to dig into their analytics, dig into their numbers, and then play with your head a little bit. It's just not healthy for you in the long run.
I like this one. I think my favorite one, though, is...
I thought that was going to be a running joke. You've said 3 is your favorite so far.
Okay, lengua de fuego, the tongue of fire, also known as the turmeric bomb. There it is.
The initial flavors are so good. I love that. I love the taste of turmeric. I love the taste of it. And then right on the back end, it's like, hello, hello. Oh, there we go.
It's gonna keep
right
building.
there.
It's gonna keep building.
Some of them are lips, some of them are tongue, and that one's right there in the throat. Oh yeah, right in the throat.
Previously, you've spoken to other people about things like body weight,
Body weight?
like staying healthy.
Right. I'm with
Not, you know, you're in a chair all day. You know, your job requires you to do that, and I know a lot of content creators have talked about mental and health, and the effects of it. How do you deal with those things personally? Like how do you make sure you don't stay sane?
I think you hit it on the head with body weight, actually, because I knew I was going to do this. I lost 10 pounds for this.
Wow.
Kid you not? No, I did. Only time in my entire life I've been motivated to lose weight. No, when I'm going to be on camera. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to look a mess. Oh, mental health. I'll tell you what. Walking. Oh, yeah, this is old man talking here. Walking has been the biggest thing for me. I'm like a smartwatch, getting 10K steps in, try and get it consistently every single day. And usually when you're on your walk, you can kind of like, it's almost like a little bit like meditation in a way. You can kind of collect your thoughts, think about what's happening, what's coming up, process ideas, write them down in your phone as you go. This has been a game changer for me. And I wonder sometimes if I eat, like triggered by anxiety, it's a classic way of eating, you know. And I wonder if just being able to process those emotions with this quasi meditation from walking has a lot of help.
This is it.
This is it, okay.
Cosmic Disco, you're gonna feel it now. We're in that final 4.
I really hope it is gonna be difficult because I think we're doing too easy at the minute. This one isn't a sneaker. My initial bite, I can kind of see where this is going.
It doesn't stop, right? It kicks you in the teeth, and then it keeps kicking you, and it keeps kicking you. Look, all right, just keep some wet wipes, you'll be fine.
Oh, wow, the afterburn. Oh my God. Once again, it's attacking a different part of your mouth as well, isn't
It
it?
moves around.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, breathe in.
The fire.
See, my eyes go at this point, and my nose.
Yeah.
So, next question. You've been a content creator for a while. What was your kind of fish out of water moment? What was the moment you did something, you were like, oh my God, like, am I part of this?
Yeah, it was at ParadoxCon in 2018, and I was surrounded. I was like in the little suite upstairs with the content creators, and I was surrounded by these people that were like successful. And before, it just felt like I was a little kid in my bedroom playing computer games with these numbers on the screen. But then when you meet people, everything just becomes real. The pieces all slide together. And I think when I was like around Drew and Remy, I'm trying to think of any others, there was Aldrahill there. Oh, there was Quill there. You know, and obviously these people were just kind of like, I kind of looked up to them all, you know? And being around them, it's like they were real people. They weren't just like a voice on the screen, a YouTube video, a number, you know? It was amazing.
And you were one of them.
I didn't quite feel like one of them. But then later on, when Paradox officially invited me to an event, I was like, wow, I felt part of the cool crowd.
So, are you ready?
I'm ready. This sauce is extremely hot. Keep out the reach of children.
Da bomb, evolution, been described by many as battery acid, death, awful. It doesn't have many positive things ever described by somebody who's ever had it. But,
This is 100% an afterburner. It's all the afterburn. Initially, I can see why you wolfed it down, because initially there's not a lot going on to begin with, is there? But my God, like the entirety of like my mouth right now is like, the embers are burning, you know?
How do you stay inspired over 11 years of content?
I gauge inspiration from other content creators. My mouth is just full of spit right now.
Let's go.
You all right?
Ooh, my eyes are watering. Oh, this one is good.
It's not competition, okay, but I think I'm doing a little bit better than you right now.
My nose is just suddenly gone. Unique garlic, really in it now. Let's get into it.
I was gonna sniff it, but obviously I can't smell anything right now because my mouth is already on fire.
Last question.
Oh.
You've already mentioned it. So you're 38. You're one of the older lot.
Yep.
Do you feel the need to keep up with the kids, with the newest trends?
So it's a bit of 50-50. I'm like kind of create my own model of what I think will work, but then simultaneously be inspired by other creators. So it's some kind of a way in between.
So you're always trying to keep up with the newest trend, but you're not trying to make it so you're just following that group.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I do your own thing on it.
It's amazing when you see a new creator do a new thing because you are definitely inspired. So you kind of go down that rabbit hole and explore what they can do. But I think that's the beauty of whenever you copy someone, imitate. Because eventually when you do create their format, over time, it kind of becomes your own format because you kind of slowly make adjustments and tweaks, things that are more familiar with your style, to the stage where you've created something absolutely brand new. I can think of countless creators that you can look at them and like, you know, they kind of remind me of someone else from the past, but once again, there's only about a little bit of that, Only a little bit of that left. Oh.
Right. The last dab.
Oh, yeah.
Apollo, the world's hottest hot sauce. Now, it's called the last dab because it's tradition.
Yep.
We put a little bit extra
Yep.
on the last wing. So this will be our last one.
Do we touch the tips?
We cheers.
Boom.
There we have it.
So yes, luckily just in time.
You've made it through all of them. You licked your lips. You did everything. Answered all the questions. We've got one last bit for you.
Oh, okay.
We've got 30 seconds for you to tell us what you're doing. We've got a camera there. We've got another camera there. 30 seconds. Tell us what's going on in feedback.
Feedback Gaming is a Hearts of Iron 4 map boy. I'm not even shy to admit it. That is what I do. That's my main show. However, there's a little bit on the side of my passion, my love. YouTube is where you'll find me. I don't need Twitch anymore. No more Twitch. YouTube is my show, is my stage. If you want to subscribe to me, Feedback Gaming on YouTube, Google's. My mouth is on fire. I've got a reservoir forming here. Subscribe.
Well done. That was a good interview. You got some really nice answers. Whew. Right, do you want some milk?
Yeah, sure.
Right, you're gonna sit there.
Yay! I had a lot of fun. That was so much fun.
How long was it? I had no concept of time.
It's like just past 3.
Thank you.
Don't shake hands with me.
My jacket in the corner. Remind me if I go out without it.
I was wondering what that was. I was like,